Hey, Matt here. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. Welcome to Monday. Hopefully you're having an awesome day. Monday is my favorite day of the week. What's yours? Let me know in the comment section down below. So let's get started with the top 5 CNFT projects. First off, I like to look at volume, and you can see volume has trailed off a little bit. I talked about this in the last video. There's just not that many people in the Cardano space. A lot of people, over here have left. When a meme token, SNCC, for example, brings in more people than any NFT project, there's probably an issue there. So, as the blockchain grows and develops, there's just not that much volume for actual NFTs. So we're going to go over the top 5, talk about them a little bit, and then talk about some things that I have been doing. So let's jump into it. Top 5. Number 1 is EarthNode. Number 2 is Ape Society. Number 3, Jungle Hunter Lifetime Pass. Number 4, Bankcard, and Tappy by Taptools. So let's get into it. Number 1 is EarthNode. EarthNode, as long as you own a certain number of World Mobile tokens, you can use this to actually have your own node, which is kind of cool. So you'll be able to make income from that. World Mobile, they're trying to basically do a large telecom system to bring stuff to people who would otherwise not have it, like internet, for example. So that's kind of cool. It's noble. All-time high sells at 135,000, and the floor right now is at 108,950. So if we look at this, you can see that it did hover around 60 to 70,000 for a while, and now it's starting to ramp up a little bit. And I think that's just the whole DeFi revolution. People are coming in, looking at different DeFi tokens, looking at different projects. Also, World Mobile is releasing some more information, and people are getting excited about that. So we can see that in anticipation, you can see the floor jump a little bit. So that's kind of cool with EarthNode. Next is the Ape Society. The Ape Society, they're around, they're building 250,000 all-time high sell, and right now the floor sets around 46.46. So floor is not really that great, but like I said before, volume in the space isn't really that great. So you would expect projects to start to suffer a little bit with the floor price. With apes, they're not really that concerned with the floor anyway, so that's fine. But if you look at this, under 5K for a little while now, so that 4 to 5K is going to be that sideways movement. That's how it was over here. It did pop above slightly, but it's continuing that sideways movement between 4 and 5K. That's one thing that I was talking about in the last video. So you just kind of want to watch it. If it does drop below 4, you want to pay attention to that, because that would be kind of interesting. I'm not predicting that. I'm just saying if it did. Right now, it's just going sideways between 4 and 5K, but it is steadily going lower here. So ever since July, really, it's been steadily going down. So you really want to watch that 4,500 right now. That's going to be kind of important. If it breaks 4,500, then just keep an eye out on 4K, and then if it does drop there, it can go a little bit lower. So that's Ape Society, my opinion. Next is the Jungle Hunter Lifetime Pass. Now this is actually very interesting, because the guy behind Jungle Hunter, Melon, he's creating a new product called Dex Hunter, and that's going to be used via a token. So if you own a Jungle Hunter Lifetime Pass or any of the upgrades like Apex, for example, you're going to get a guaranteed allocation of that Hunt token, and you're going to get an airdrop of that Hunt token, but then you're going to get a guaranteed allocation in the sell. So you'll be able to buy a certain amount depending on how many that you own. So I don't know if these are going to have value afterwards, but you're getting a guaranteed airdrop so that you can continue having access to the NFT sniper. So Dex Hunter is going to have the NFT sniper, market alerts, and a Dex aggregator. So it's going to be very, very cool. You know, Melon came out and said that he knows that he made some mistakes with Jungle Hunter, and in order to rectify that, he needs to kind of rebrand just because there's so much in. You know, once you start coding something and there's so much code, it's really difficult to change it. So just starting over makes a lot of sense. I agree, and he's rewarding all of the Jungle Hunter pass holders. So that's very, very cool. I like that a lot. And that's where you can see here. You know, it was mentioned, and the floor just started to go up quite dramatically, and it's continuing to do so. Right now, it's 875 floor price, and I believe it's worth it. You know, you're getting that hunt airdrop, and you're getting access to tools that you just don't have available right now. Besides what I just talked about, you also get access to custom nodes, which is pretty cool, and you're getting access outside of those three things that I spoke about. So I think that's pretty cool. So that's the Jungle Hunter Lifetime Pass. I think that's pretty neat. Next is Bank by Bankcard. Now, Bankcard, they're creating, I think, the same thing that Cardopoly is creating, but they're just doing a better job of marketing themselves. 4,000 all-time high sell and a 129 floor price. Interesting. You can see once they minted around 120, 115, they've been hovering, and it's just been trying to find a floor. So it's pretty much just going sideways, trying to find a floor. You know, I think this project's going to do well just because they've done what they're supposed to. They've gotten different partnerships, and how they interact with those and build those, that's going to really be the tell of what's going to happen with this going forward. But I think we've done everything correctly so far, so I'm interested to see what happens with this project going forward. I don't own any for the record, but I'm interested to see what happens. Next is Tappy by Taptools. This one's interesting. I'll get into that in just a moment. All-time high sell of 10K, and floor price right now $8.98. So if we scroll down, you can see that, you know, they minted over here, dipped a little, and then it took off, and now, you know, it's pulling back and moving sideways here. I don't really know that much about the whole crypto track that CNFT Tools is building, but I believe it's going to be better than Taptools and have the same things that Taptools has. Now, I don't really know that for a fact. I don't know everything that they're trying to build. It just seems like that to me. So is this going to take them out? Is it not? You know, are they going to just be two separate projects and no worries? I don't really know. But the guys at CNFT Tools, I do really like them. They're really good. They do some good things. So the Toolheads mint on August 31st could hurt Tappies. I'm just saying. I don't know what they're going to mint for. I think if you own one, you can access the platform, but I don't know what they're going to mint for, and that's going to be the real question as far as August 31st Toolheads. So is that going to affect Tappies? Is it not? I don't really know. So, but it's going to be interesting. So anyway, that's Tappy by Taptools. And just to say, Tappy by Taptools does a good job. You know, they have a pretty good platform. The only real problem is if you draw stuff on a chart and you come back to it, a lot of times you lose those drawings. Not every time, but it happens enough where it's just bad. So that's been happening for a while, and I've talked to a lot of other people, and they say the same thing happens to them. So that's my one gripe about Tappy by Taptools. What have I been doing lately? Pretty much just, you know, building up the library over Ada Inmates, building up my project Alpha Surfers, and just, you know, spending a lot of time on that. I am looking forward to Dex Hunter on August 22nd. I'm also looking forward to Toolheads on the 31st. But like I said, Toolheads, it depends on where they price it at. If it's too high, that floor is going to drop because they're minting a little over, I think it's a little over 6,000 or right at 6,000, which is a lot. And the mint is pretty hyped. So depending on where they price it at, it could be a very good flip, could be a very good hold. I definitely want to hold some for the long term. And depending on what that price is, I may end up just holding off and buying some when the price dips. And I may mint some, or I may do a little bit of both. It really depends on where they price it at. That's going to be very interesting. So that's kind of where I'm at on there. If you want to follow me and what I do, I post on Alpha Surfers and the Ada Inmates library. I'm the librarian over there, so we're trying to make that the best possible alpha group it can be. So that's really the main goal over there. So that's really what I'm looking forward to. And besides that, I've just been doing some trades and having fun. So anyway, if you have anything about these projects that I didn't cover, always throw them in the comment section down below. I appreciate that. With that, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you around the crypto markets. Take care.